the Haley6313 channel. Today I'm with Aish, I think, and we are going to be playing some build and seek. Basically, we build something, and I've chosen a theme of magical for mine, and we basically just build a lot of hiding places and places, and then the other player has to try and find us. They have 10 minutes around to find us, and basically the first person to find them wins. So we are starting off with this very quick countdown of building silent running ice, So here you can see that I'm adding some of my hiding spots, some of which I will use and some will just be decoys to waste their time. And so here's the finished build. It is simply a pink cuboid. No, I'm just joking. I just covered it up so that X-Ice couldn't take a sneaky peek before they started building their own build. So let's get seeking. These next clips of me seeking and hiding did actually have a voiceover. However, my mic was really quiet for some reason. And so you couldn't really hear me over the Minecraft music despite the fact that it was only on like 2%. So I'm going to be looking into that and I apologize, but you're going to have to listen to me in voiceover mode instead. Do what the sign says, you know you want to. Go visit Xish on YouTube and, of course, sub to me on this video. Did you know that 95% of you are not subscribed? Why? Because you hopefully like it. So please make sure to remember to subscribe. Double check if you think that you are, because sometimes YouTube has this tendency to unsubscribe people. So just give it a go. X-Ice's build stayed encased in the skulk box around it, but it was very cool and for some reason had this kind of medieval feel about it. Probably just the spruce and the stone, but I really liked it. Apart from what I really didn't like was the door maze, which is absolute hell, and I hate it, and don't you ever do that to me again. If you missed the little clue on the sign there, it basically said something along the lines of check closer to the walls. So I started going under every single trapdoor that I could find that was near to a wall in the hope that I'd miss something. They then told me to check the maze some more, which I reluctantly did since I didn't want to be stuck in a door maze anymore. It is worth saying at this point that Exaish actually wasn't hiding at this point because they were spectating me. However, they had left a head in their place so that I wouldn't lose where they were and they could actually prove they were hidden there. And those doors were horrible. I must have spent the majority of my time looking for them in that maze, and my clicks were fast. I think my main problem here is I expected them to be hidden directly in the maze. I hadn't considered that perhaps there was a little trapdoor which I kept walking over, which would lead to somewhere secret. At this point, Exaish was no doubtedly feeling very smug and was confident that they were going to win this, which maybe they will. What I especially loved about Exaish's build is the fact that they had loads of little hidey holes, loads of little places, buttons to click, places to explore, which I really love, and I probably lacked a bit of in my own design. So I think that they are very cool things to add to a build like this when you are trying to find somebody in a relatively small build. Actually, it's only a 16 by 16 plot. And after 10 minutes of looking for Exaish, I ended up not finding them at all, and they did reveal to me where they were hiding, and it was very cunning, and I don't think I would have ever found them. So now it was my time to metaphorically hide, which basically means putting a dragon head where I would hide and following Exaish around in Spectator. My build isn't particularly rich in little bits of trickery, but it does have the odd decoy hiding spot, and I even installed a small door maze to get Exaish back for their door maze. I was hidden up in one of the branches of the tree/tower, and personally I think it was a very good spot. I was previously gonna hide down in that magical sewer-ish voidy bit, but I'm so glad that I didn't, because Exaish found that immediately. Exaish immediately found some of my decoy spots and the spot that I was originally going to hide in, so I'm glad I didn't hide there, but it did take them a while to find the way to where I was actually hiding. Oh, and by the way, if you do happen to like the shaders I'm using, it's something that I'm experimenting with, and if you like them, let me know. It's called Complementary Unbound Shaders, and personally I really like the way it makes it look. It makes it look a little bit more realistic, but really pretty as well. I gave Exaish a small hint about whereabouts I was, and he knew that I was pretty near the centre of the tower. What he didn't know was how to get there. After a while, they found their way down to the wrong balcony, but started to get the idea of how I might have hidden. However, it didn't take them too long to find the balcony and then find my hiding spot. So GG's to X-Ice, you definitely beat me on that one. So thank you so much for watching, even though it's a little different to what we normally do. If you like it, then make sure to like and let me know in the comments. And remember to sub to both me and X-Ice. So I will see you next time. Goodbye.